So you've just got to understand that is the reality, and everyone's going to tell you they're going, and everyone said they're going to buy a ticket, but they just won't do it until the last minute. It's just how they are. So you've got to be mentally prepared for that. And the last rule is keep it professional. You know, the event is an extension of your brand. You know, it's part of your marketing. So you don't want to cut corners on the quality. And I'm talking about everything from the marketing materials to the venue you choose, to the AV systems that you're using and the lighting, to the quality of people on the stage. I mean, it goes from top to bottom. You really want people to come in and enjoy an experience to where they feel like, wow, this person really has their stuff together, because it's a direct reflection on your brand. So let's talk now a little bit about how do we start thinking about events? What's the process that we need to go through to choose the right event for ourselves? Because some of you might be thinking, you know, I'm going to watch or I'm going to listen to this module, but I'm not sure I'm ready for this. But my goal is to expand your mindset a little bit, get you to think outside the box a little, because there's a lot of different ways you can do events. And there's a lot of different ways they can be very effective and very profitable. When I talk about an event, it doesn't have to be like one of the big events we do where there's hundreds of people, and you don't have to fill an arena and have smoke and lasers and, you know, DJs and all that craziness. You know, a successful event could be just a consistent meetup group, you know, a group centered around your topic. So there's a few things that I want to share with you, or at least some questions, event planning questions that might help you key in on the type of event that would work best for you. So here's a few of those questions. The first is, what's the purpose? We talked about this in Module 1 when planning your presentation, and the same important question applies to an event. What's the purpose? For some of you, you want just some brand recognition. You want to build the brand awareness. For some of you, it's business promotion, client attraction. Some of you want to make money on ticket sales or product sales. It doesn't really matter. There's not a right or a wrong way. Some of you just want to serve the community, give back. You know, that's okay too. But we have to know what that purpose is as we plan the event. Second one is, how many people? You know, is it going to be a small workshop? Is it going to be a large event? Is it going to be a consistent meetup group? You know, is it going to be held in a conference room? These are all things that you need to start thinking about how many people. And I remember when we planned our first event, it's kind of hard to figure out how many people. So the first time you do it, you may kind of have to wing this and kind of make it work, right? Our first event, I had 85 people. But I will tell you, it was a real challenge to fill that room. I probably started a little bit big, and then we kind of circled back, and I'll share with you our story, but we circled back and started more of a meetup style group, and, you know, consistently had 20, 30, 40 people a month in there. So you need to understand how many people are going to be part of these events. Number 3 is not only how many, but who. Who are you targeting? You know, you might do some events just for your clients. Maybe it's for your vendors. Maybe it's strictly for new clients or the general public. But we need to know who the event is for, so again, we can choose the right kind. Number 4 question is, how much time do I have to plan? You know, if for some reason you're up against a wall and you're under that 3-month mark, that's going to dictate a little bit about the type of event that you put on. If you've got a year out and you want to plan a big annual event, obviously then you've got a little more ramp up time. So timing definitely has a little bit to say in the process. And the next one is, what resources do I have? You know, do I have enough time, money? Do I have the team in place? Heck, do I even know what the presentation is going to be? How about the other speakers? You know, as I record this right now, we're planning our next big event 6 months out. And the venue's pretty well dialed in, but I'm trying to decide on the speakers right now. And, you know, these are things you got to do pretty far out in advance. If it's a smaller type workshop or meetup group, no, you don't need quite as much time or resources. But those are all things we want to keep in mind. And then last but not least, we want to think through the frequency. And the reason for this is, one, it's going to determine kind of your marketing collateral. You know, if you're going to have a number of different workshops, you might want to promote it as a series. That way people know up front, hey, this is the first of more to come. Or you might want to promote it as a club because you want people to join it and talk about it and refer their other friends. It might be more of an annual event, so you really want to create that urgency and that exclusivity. But you need to think through in the beginning, how often do I think I want to do these? I will say that this will probably change. You might have, you know, a little bit higher expectations, or you might not know yet how much the demand is going to be. So it's okay to change these. We just need to think through and come up with some of the answers.